Hello.
Ah, there's Mo. There's a good girl.
No.
Many headpets.
Alright. How are you doing?
A little scattered. Could be better. Could be worse.
Yeah, fair.
How is the Mo?
Uh, Generally fine.
Well, that's generally good.
Mhm. Oh, right. This dude is that dude who had lost his mind that you talked about before.
As far as I can tell, yeah.
Initially, the stall assumed this was a joke, but even what you've showed her in the past, she is not so sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh well.
Another note. I'm also currently unreasonably irritated at Microsoft.
Oh, what was that?
Also unreasonably irritated at Microsoft at the moment.
Why?
Well, first off, it for some reason tried to autocorrect pre-stream to stream. Without an E in the pre.
Uh-huh.
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
Secondly, I refer you to the tweet sent out immediately before the stream tweet.
Right.
Congrats, you've got a code for watching this person for our anniversary. Also, you can't copy the code. Also, you have to find where to input this code from like a 20 long list. Why?
Weird.
This kind of make me want to do a Minecraft stream before I go to Vegas. If I can find the time for it.
Yeah.
Issue being that I work up until Saturday, and my uncle's going to drag me over to his house to mow his yard on Sunday, and then I work until Tuesday, so we'll see how things go.
Yeah, a full schedule.
Wait, I'm pretty sure that I leave on the 22nd. The eve. Where is my gallery? Itinerary. Yes, I'll be leaving at the plane departs at 9.
Uh-huh.
I can theoretically stream in the morning and or afternoon. We haven't actually talked about when we'll get picked up and go to the airport. I need to find some time to pack this weekend.
You really think you're gonna want to stream the same day you're leaving?
Possibly. Maybe I'll whip out that one VR poker game. Probably not. But maybe Minecraft, just because. But who knows?
Yeah.
Repair. Fortunately, it also means I haven't had much time to look into other stuff, and my family seems obstinate against putting together a proper itinerary outside of the big stuff. So,
Yeah, that is a huge pain.
that made it sound like trying to plan everything out was a bad thing. Like, look, I know we can't all stick to specific times, but we kind of need to, you know, figure out how the hell this is gonna work, where we're going, what we're doing.
Yeah, that is perfectly reasonable.
It seems like the button may have taken me up on the suggestion that he gets an extra hour of rest. This is probably good for him. So long as he doesn't sleep in, because then I know
Yeah.
if he sleeps in, he's going to panic later.
Crystal believes that alarms probably wake him.
Time will tell. Alas, I can't just teleport your hand to firmly pat him on the head. It's like, pat, wake.
An ideal alarm.
Anywho, as mentioned, today would have been the third and final day of showing off sponsored gameplay, before it mostly just kind of floated for the rest of the week. But since we had technical issues yesterday, today is the second day, meaning I'm going to have to stream on Friday. I was probably going to
Alright.
anyways, but now I have to. What were you guys say? Lily?
What was that, sorry?
What were you gonna say? Yeah, cut yourself off.
I don't remember.
There, there. There, there. My poor Mo.
It's probably nothing important.
She needs all the help she can get.
No. No.
But, yes, was probably going to stream on Friday anyway, it's just continue Fallout, but now I kind of have to for that third hour of, the sponsorship. Speaking of, let me run that command. It's supposed to be on a timer, but I don't think it's been properly running on a timer, although maybe that's just because not many people use my chat. It's also a bit odd that
Yep,
Theo's been kind of
that's
absent
fair.
this week. Oh well.
Shrug.
I'll give him a poke later, make sure he's okay. What else? No real announcements yet, aside from the fact that, like I said, I'm going to be streaming on Friday. I do plan on streaming on Monday. Next Tuesday is the traditional gap. Not going to be having a Lucius stream next Wednesday since he'll be busy and I'll be on vacation. And then should be back on the 29th. So obviously no streams on the 27th or the 28th. But I'm not sure Yeah, we're coming back on the 28th, but I want to crash after that, but I'm not sure if he'd be doing a stream on the 29th. That said, after that, in April 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we should be able to see a relative return to form, up to and including the re-debut of Frederic. I've retweeted a post as such in order to gain a bit of attention towards that, to show off his new model before it shows up on stream. Need some likes and retweets. Soon the bird will lick, as he is wont to do.
He had to fly south for the winter. He's returning now.
He's been pirating.
Oh, yes, of course.
He's just been in the Caribbean, hunting down coconut crabs. He thought it was like
That checks
coconut
out.
shrimp. He was wrong.
Or verb.
Anywho, let's go ahead and kill the ambiance. And pull up the game. I did make sure this was working before the stream, so should be fine.
That is good.
Sounds off at the moment. That's just because I had turned it off earlier, so it'll turn back on in just a moment. And also taking care of some daily stuff when I had checked earlier, so here we go, master volume. Turn that down to 40 for now. And obviously, we have some delightful AFK gains to collect. Not as much as you'd expect, but again, that's because I grabbed them earlier. Something I did not do, because I felt it'd be more fun to do on stream, was, of course, the polls. Gotta show off those polls.
That's certainly reasonable.
The polls also give me a bit of time to eat some cake.
Ooh, what kind of cake?
Do you need a fire started?
Some yellow cake with a chocolate peanut butter icing.
Wonderful.
How dare you only come back with one acorn? You're 5.
Wow, ours?
Also 5. I already fired you. All these single acorns. There's a lot of single acorns. That was a very acorn heavy pull.
They do tend to be.
I'm listening to the rain. Would you like to join me?
That is a huskier voice than I would have expected from someone looking like that.
Yeah, you know, looks can be deceiving.
But new SSR, never a bad thing. And listening to the rain, it's always nice.
Do you need a fire started?
Yeah, so you already do that plenty per while.
Do you need a fire started?
You already said that. Wish lists are always good. Mhm. Oh, I see. Interesting. So you effectively have 4 of each on your wish list. 2 SSRs and 2 SRs, and you can swap them out freely.
Yeah, the wish list really does not allow you to narrow it down very much at all. Or so it seems, at least.
The color and clarity are phenomenal.
The General has asked me to protect you. Not that you...
May the lucent tree bestow its blessings upon all.
Got everyone up to at least 30.
Don't
Let's
worry.
go ahead and
My
send
flames
you.
will never. My flame burns even more beautifully now.
You know, saying stuff like that doesn't make you any less suspect of the burn down the village. Probably wasn't you, but still. Interesting. I wonder if there are even any legendary, mythic, or supreme tier characters in the game at the moment. I'll wait for at least one more raid up envelope before I make a pull on there. I
So
always
far
wait for
as I
the
can
temples.
tell, the heroes just are epic at max and then go up from there.
Yes. We've finally arrived at Hollister. Alan, what do you mean we're almost there? We are there. We just need to track down the general now. A lot of money that people are just leaving lying on the ground. Apparently I'm just going to watch this person crying after the hell of their father. Ah, other kind of father. Gasp. Shock. I mean, considering the spirits that popped up during the fire. I mean, there are monsters all around. Little monsters jumping around a house isn't exactly the most unlikely of things. Well, that guy'll just have to live with that. Good luck, guy. Had a cat. Great game. 10 out of 10.
Really the only feature a game needs.
Why Lies of P is the best Soulsborne game.
Uh,
This place is sizable. Really wishing there was a run option.
yeah, unfortunately, this is all speedy.
Like at that point, I'm just robbing merchants. Yeah, I wonder why it could be called the Iron Hoof Forge.
It is a mystery.
And I know I can teleport, but I'm also exploring. Yeah, I'd almost forgotten that you can get Rowan through the PvP duel shop, although that might take a bit of doing. You certainly wouldn't be able to do it just by idly sitting by. You'd have to progress through PvP, but I'm not sure if you'd be able to get enough points for it in the fourth Sunday. Do not really need to purchase any level 20 gear at the moment. Definitely an evil witch. Haha. Jumping to conclusions there. Ah, the Greek method. That not the best role model that mother is. Hey, you made it. I feel that's a bit of an underreaction given how we interacted with Rogan earlier, but
Great. You seem to have pulled yourself together. I was really worried when you passed out.
Yes, let it not be forgotten that the character's name is Merlin Stopples. Ah, there's the auto post. It is working properly.
So, how are you getting along with Valen? I hope he hasn't offended you already.
Yeah, he's fine.
Really? That guy's usually a handful.
I mean, the most he's done is be annoyed that you're overworking him and say, "Look, I'm not the retainer. I've just been given the job of protecting you until you get here," which is fair.
That's not fair, General. These two little hamsters are watching my every move. I didn't slack off at all.
The hamsters are also annoying.
Wow. Considering you helped us fight all the way here,
As
I'll
one
score your
would expect.
performance on the Magister's behalf.
Isn't that presumptuous of you, Hammy?
80 out of 100. Keep up the good work, Mr.
And yeah,
Valen.
I definitely encountered pretty much the same things. You can only progress so far, and then you have to just like
Yes,
wait
of
a day
course.
for AFK
Thanks
rewards
for
to
your
pile up.
encouragement, Hammy.
Let me say this again, Valen. He was sent by me specifically to look into the changing weather.
I did get lucky and just happened to pull Rowan from the regular pulls.
Whereas I
I
got
actually
paid
got
to
2
spend money.
copies of him at this point.
So-
Yes, which is a nice option.
It is equal parts confusing and refreshing for a company not only to give me a budget, but to encourage me to use that budget and abuse that budget. It's like, hey, here's this thing that'll help you along that you need to spend money on. Also, here's money to spend money. And also, if you spend money, you'll also get this guy. But getting that guy is also one of our goals, so you'll get even more money.
I expect it's not that strange a practice, like bigger sponsorships, but definitely with the kind of throwing the sponsorship out there to everyone that Stream Elements does, it's nice that they would include that.
Yeah. The only other game I can think of that had a budget kind of like that was Raid Shadow Legends, and it wasn't quite the same in this case. It was just, buy a pack, we'll pay you for buying the pack.
Right.
To ensure success, you must spare no effort in assisting him. Furthermore,
You must ensure his safety. I totally understand, General.
His voice is growing on me. I feel like he should have a slightly different voice, but it could be worse.
Valen is my most trusted knight, both in strength and in character. His only shortcoming is probably his...
I mean, I've definitely been seeing ads for it all over the place.
I
So,
regularly get ads for it
definitely
on
they are.
BlueStacks.
Yeah. I mean, I've just like seen it in random YouTube videos and stuff, so they are definitely putting the tendrils out there.
Anyway, please teach this young man a thing or two during your time together. You can be as strict as you need to be.
Actually, you know what? One tick. He looks like Ash Williams specifically from the Poker Night the Inventory too.
What? Who does?
Valen.
Okay, sure.
I know I don't want to save the image, Google. Could you maybe just... Okay. These are just some slightly scuffed off the cuff ones I've grabbed, so you're free to poke around more, but it's weird. I was just like, this guy looks like someone else. Wait, does he look like fucking Ash? Okay, weird.
Stop teasing me, General. We should get down to business.
I don't
The fire at Rhyham
necessarily
was
see
clearly
much
arson.
of a resemblance, but
The hair's not too far off, and then there's the
also, why
jawline.
is
The young master of the Mithril
why is
Custodian
Ash in a poker
identified
game?
the culprit as
Because
the
Telltale.
Scarlet Sorceress. Rowan believes
Okay.
that she was the one who summoned those fire elementals. The Scarlet Sorceress, however, denies it all. I questioned the Scarlet Sorceress before you arrived. I asked her what her reasons were for coming to Rhyham, but she didn't say a word. What about you? Do you think the Scarlet Sorceress is the culprit?
She's kind of sus, but probably not.
Not that I doubt your judgment, but until the truth is uncovered, I can't let her go. There's another matter I'm concerned about. The Scarlet Sorceress said that you'd exonerate her.
Apparently that Ash Williams is based on the Ash from the Ash vs. the Army of Darkness comics. At least in the Telltale verse, he is an ancestor of Brock Sampson.
Right, sure.
The more you know.
She seemed convinced that you would find the real culprit of the fire. You and her. I don't mean to pry, but is she an acquaintance of yours?
Yeah, that's fair. Who knows?
True, you have lost your memory. Some things you might not be able to recall. Don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of all of this in our investigation. Oh, right. This is your first time in Hollystone, isn't it?
No, you mean the first time in general, or you mean the first time without our memory loss?
Before troubling yourself with the investigation, you might as well take a tour around the village. I suspect you'll like it here. Go, have a look around, then come find me. I'll be waiting for you here.
Oh god, there's all the other players loading in. Well, that seemed somewhat unfinished. Just walks up to the statue. Babble, babble, remember my child. No further details or sound effects. Huh. Neat. Back to Awakening Spell. Nice. I can actually use these things now. Yeah, it looks like it gives an overall buff too. And I can level them up. Or go ahead and pop up that Iron Wall spell. Intro. You once erected an unbreakable wall. You once awakened the Sleeping Beauty. Intro. I don't think that word means what you think it means.
You desire an audience. And what do you offer?
I kind of admire their attempt at being fancy with this. In Hesperia, where breezes gently sway, AFK Journey will brighten your day. With graphics so gorgeous and controls so fine, gaming experience that'll truly shine.
Unnecessary, probably.
Let
You-
it not be said they made an effort. And some pre-registration rewards. Very nice. Some clothing and some hair. Title stuff interesting. And some more invite letters. Always good. And there's a lot of diamonds. Don't think I'll be changing into either of those, but good chunk of players are probably gonna play as chicks anyways. Oh, I can actually kind of... This actually has a shift up and down. Interesting. I'll get to the honor duels when I get to them. Any kind of PvP system kind of is a bit of a learning curve for the developers. Usually they're just handled like actual battles, then over time they'll work on speeding them up or implementing an actual speed up button, or they'll just make it go faster. Or in EK's case, they'll make it basically just calculate how the battle will go and skip it.
May flowers blossom across this land.
Covenant letter unlocked. Daily AFK gold increased. Nice. It's a shame they just have those two and I have 8 left. They're close to that 60. It's nice that these mostly go on 10s and 20s before boosting up.
May the lucent tree bestow its blessing. A new bloom is emerging.
Looks like I have unlocked a Manoy girl.
Starlight together.
Yay.
You have indeed.
Oh,
She is
good morning.
She is on a deer.
Not sure why she's on here, but she certainly is.
The
Why
stars
not?
sparkle
If you
ever
had the
brilliantly.
option, why would you not be on a deer?
Yes, I know that I can level up my artifacts. I do not wish to. For they take money. And I need the money for this. Once I have more stuff. Let's see. Need to go to Holstone. Daily quests, AFK rewards. 100% sure what the AFK challenges are. I would assume they're these things. Maybe they're these?
I do believe it's just this thing, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be nice if at least this was kept on screen at all times. Not that I'm really going to bother messing with that, given the drastic difference in levels at the moment.
Potions for sale. Buy 4, get 1 free.
My shield is unbreakable!
Yeah, that increases the AFK rewards. Nice. Probably should have run some of these at work had I known about them. A tutorial as for the AFK challenges would be nice. Actually, I'm not sure if I've really seen much stuff point towards the... I guaranteed point towards the AFK stuff once, but it was just like, hey, you're getting this stuff on the side, rather than going in-depth.
I mean, I'm definitely certain it told me to do them at some point.
Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory.
Thinking of battle music when I am able to hear it. Even though I'm not hearing much of it due to how fast does it go.
Don't worry, your delivery's coming up.
Well, victory is deserved.
Divine shield protects me!
Come out, my servant, and fight for me.
My shield is unbreakable!
Well, victory is deserved.
All the battles. Mostly just working on getting to AFK stage 10, since that'll give me the automatic option.
Listen to the voice of the flowers.
Had forgotten you didn't just have that right away.
Unbreakable!
Auto battle. Complete AFK stage 10 to unlock.
Come on, everyone! Keep your spirits up!
Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved.
Wait, now I can use auto battle. Heck. So I'll just go for a bit.
My shield is unbreakable!
It would be nice if it kind of skipped the, if it skipped the MVP bit during the end screen, considering. Like, especially if I'm hiding, I don't really need to know who managed to do best on the team during that one fight.
Victory is deserved.
I mean, yeah, that's true enough.
Well, victory is deserved. Well, victory is deserved.
Once more, and I'll stop the autoing just so that we can progress the plot.
My shield is unbreakable!
Was it Lily? Did Lily oversleep a teensy bit? Answer is it. Plus the bomb.
I am here right now. I did not oversleep. I had an alarm set.
I mean, I'm doing this on PC, so I'm not quite sure I can raid you. Yeah, and I know this is the idle bit, Chris, but if you're autoing it, then you are effectively idling it.
I mean, that is not incorrect.
Did I have that from doing 15? Rate shifting in progress, so I don't know. Does that mean I have to complete? Get one free instant AFK attempting to stay after 2 seconds. Nice. Nikkei has a similar thing, although it's only once per day. Stage 2 complete. Another epic invite letter, always good. Some more soul stones, and some boosts of Alan, who I'm not exactly using. Give a favor to friends. Okay, looks like we should have been on the same server after all. Oh no.
Yeah, I haven't really paid any attention to that. I've had random people adding me anyway, so I've done some of that stuff.
things to click on. Just a bunch of hotfix notices. Read before playing. Is this guy telling me not to use full screen? I know, it's a seizure warning. Okay. I never try to be too overly critical of these games. I am critical at points. But if you're going to put in a seizure warning, and you're serious enough to say, read before playing, don't have that tucked away in some optional notification thing. Have that, like, show up before you start the game. Like, before.
You would think that would be common sense, yes.
The General has asked me to protect you. Not that you need it. A little progress is better than no progress, right?
You desire an audience.
Yes, head pats for the overslept Benoit. Many head pats. Get yourself a snack. Guess that's just going to be an eternal notification. The fucking hamster stats? Sorry, what? Okay, thank you. I'm clicking on that. Okay. Thanks, but how do I exit? There we go, I had to hit escape. Like, okay, you're telling me to click this, but I can't do anything on that yet, so well, let me go. You can make teams, interesting. Don't, in particular, see a way to just send someone a friend request unless you are in the same spot. Or doing it from within the chat. No, we're going this way now. To the merchant. Potion seller, sell me your finest potion. Okay, just do it from the end, for instance. Oh, okay. Alas. Also last. Alright, how did you end up on your name in here? Because I'm not going to hazard a guess at where the underscore is. Lily? Okay, I'm guessing Lily stepped away. Ah,
Hello, I am here.
just as I found her. There, friend request sent.
Okay.
Gray's name is either different, or I guess he's a different server, which, considering he's in the UK, is a distinct possibility.
I have accepted.
Good girl. That's a good girl. Pat, pat, pat,
No.
pat, pat. There, gift sent.
Wonderful. I still don't actually know what those are. Oh yeah, Grace's name is Silver Snowfall. I'm pretty certain.
Oh, that's fair. Out of a character name rather than a username.
Hmm.
Presumably the one without a profile picture.
I believe that to be the case.
He eats the cereal. Alright, Chris, you realize how little that narrows it down? Realize how many edgy brats there are? Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
A lot of sods, I'm not gonna lie.
Alright, starting to branch out now, but then my point remains. Unless you're like the one scythe with a lowercase s because you didn't bother capitalizing. The never-ending book unlocked, which also increases daily AFK. Nice. Have I already collected 5 daily chests? I'm confused. I mean, I'm glad to have the reward from it. I'm just confused as to how that counted as 5. Or what do you mean by it's cumulative? Do you mean that each of these count as a quote-unquote chest, or does it, like, build up the rewards over a week, or which would make sense since it's meant to be daily, or...
I am unsure what he's referring to.
Thank you for considering my lady. However, she said that if she needed
Okay.
anything, she would instruct us on what to do, rather than trouble you.
Well, she does not need to be so polite. The lady has come a long way, and it is my duty to be hospitable to guests. Should she have time today, might I be fortunate enough to meet her? I have prepared a rare gift for her.
Lord Franz, sir, I'm afraid my lady is terribly busy today, and really
That's a guy
cannot
who's
see
real
you.
anal about grapes.
Please, return another day.
Lord Franz does not seem to be in a great mood today, I see. I heard General Hogan mention that a noblewoman lives in this house, and that she has come from the capital.
And where did this bottom feeder come from? Talking about me behind my back. Begone!
Rude ass, bitch.
And nice to meet you, Lord Franz. You're different from what I imagined. I heard you were so rich and swanky that even the fountain on your estate was made of gold. I imagined you'd look like a fine gold bar.
Impertinent scoundrel! No wonder your mouth emits such dross when base wretches like you grow up eating only filth.
Man, this guy needs some murder.
Fine, fine. I might well be a base wretch, but that can't be said of him.
Yeah, how dare you call me, a Merlin Stopheles, a base wretch.
What do you think, Magister?
You are at the very least an advanced wretch.
I will take the humble approach for now. I must hide myself.
Oh no. You look like you're barely
Uh-huh.
half trained. Don't call yourself a magister when you only know a few spells. I wager you never attended the Serene Lyceum. Am I right?
Who knows? Amnesia.
The Magister didn't really study that much there.
See? I thought as much. Peasants like you don't belong in a place like that.
You've misunderstood, Lord Cocky High Butt.
Okay, you get a few points for that, Hammy.
The Magister didn't study at the Lyceum because he was teaching there.
Do not give Hammy any points.
It's like, what? Really?
Yes! You journaled about that part of your life, and you allowed me to read those entries.
What a bunch of tedious liars! Enough! I have an important client to meet and can spare no time to argue with the likes of you. Furthermore, I hate rodents, particularly when they scurry around my property. You best not let me catch you around Ryham. That region falls under my jurisdiction.
He certainly wasn't humble. He's essentially saying that Ryham belongs to him.
I'm fairly certain it does not.
However, it doesn't look like he was exaggerating. Lord Franz does control most of Ryham, especially the southern part. You look a bit lost. Allow me to explain. Ryham is built along the Tranquil River, which divides the region in half, north and south. 2 years ago, Southville heeded Lord Franz and dug up its wheat fields to plant grapes instead. He made a lot of money, and nowadays many villagers regard him as the symbol and source of their wealth. They say it's a new grape variety, Gemvine. In all of Asperia,
Interesting.
it only grows in Ryham, and is so rare that it can't be bought anywhere else on the market.
Yeah, and Chris just recruited Rowan. Very nice.
To expand production, Lord Franz has lobbied the Northville villagers to swap from growing wheat to Gemvine grapes.
Okay, where the fuck are you gonna get your wheat then? Meanwhile, a wheat village in the north just burned down. The dots, they become connected.
Is this a mage's intuition then? Southville is not that far, so we could go have a look around.
Oh, apparently did by buying it, because that's, let me check stream elements.
But we should probably talk with General Hogan before we go. He's waiting for us near the plaza.
Yep, never mind, there it pops. Ah, there's the bun. There's the EP play. Many head pets. Pet, 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 pet.
Hey, the cereal.
Good boy.
Good
Food
job.
is good.
Proud of you.
Hey.
The anti-cold medicine. That's a weird way to put that, but okay.
Yeah.
Here, the anti-cold
Anti-cold
medicine.
medicine.
Does it prevent you
Also
from
known
catching?
as a hot drink.
Yeah. It's like, does it keep you warm? Does it
Also known
does it
as
keep
a
you from
Muha,
catching the cold?
the anti-cold medicine.
That is a particular favorite variety of anti-cold medicine.
If it is just a hot drink, and it's distributing it to the soldiers after the shift, it ain't gonna be so hot anymore.
That's fine. High quality.
Now to find the merchant. Or maybe Eddie. Nope, this is the merchant.
mentioned Monster Hunter reference. Depends which Monster Hunter game you're referring to.
Gray's been playing Monster Hunter series for a while and occasionally streams it.
I heard the wheat fields in Northville will soon be acquired by Lord Franz.
At a certain point, they decided,
It won't be
hot
long
drinks are
before
so
Northville is
2000 and
growing those
late,
expensive grapes, just like
and they
South.
decided not to do them anymore. World,
What?
that one still had
Wasn't
hot
the
drinks.
village chief of Ryham opposed to growing grapes? Did he back down in the end?
He had no choice. You've seen how rich the people in Southville have gotten these past couple years. It's all because of the grapes.
Everyone in Northville was green with envy. Who doesn't want to be rich? The old chief couldn't hold back the sea of change.
Dura above. If there are grapes to the south and grapes to the north, Ryham should just change his name to Grapeville.
Sounds like a terrible name. Jojo. B.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting names on my travels.
Mary. I'm so glad you're safe. I heard about the
I
fire
finally
last
got a
night. I
second
was so worried.
title thing, so now my title is Meat Puppy.
Glorious.
Well, what is a cow but a big puppy with milk?
Camus is a pretty neat puppy, if I say so myself.
Yeah, I would agree.
Don't worry, hon. I know you're neat.
She waved her hand and
Wonderful.
just vanished. After which the field
I'm
just
so
burst
glad.
into flames.
Alright, this may just be because of the translation, but I feel like even in some amount of antiquity, people would not say after which when they're verbally talking like this.
Hmm.
She waved her hand and just vanished, after which the field just burst into flames.
I would say that.
Would you just say, then the field burst into flames? Anything but just
think
after
saying
which.
After which is anything weird.
No, I don't think that's a weird statement.
Are you saying you saw the culprit?
This happened after. I mean, yeah, it's obviously it's a little.
What she looked like.
Yeah, it's not quite so casual as just saying this happened then this. But like, if you're like, all this stuff happened after which this happened.
And a black dress
I don't know.
with gold stripes.
We need to tell this to the heroic order.
Magister!
Or if you had an event involving a witch, you might divide
After
that time
which.
into before witch and after witch.
True.
Island's chippy.
Do you remember what the Scarlet Sorceress looks like? I think she was different from the woman's description.
I mean, she's got a hat, but I don't think it has a feather. You know, I'm gonna just hold a picture real quick. Also, fairly certain that she's... Oh, no, she is wearing one. Yeah, hat's different. No feather.
Yeah. The spoiler alert, all three are slightly different from her description.
Yeah, hair goes down to the ground. Technically speaking, one might confuse the belt for a gold stripe, but...
But it is indeed not a gold stripe.
Yes, and there wasn't a feather in Muriel's hat. This is an important piece of information. Before the fire, mages other than Muriel may have been in the village. We need to tell this to General Hogan immediately.
Don't worry, Merlin Stuffleys is on the job.
Such an incredible name.
You look serious. What happened?
There are many things to talk about, Odin. I guess let's start from the top.
Well, Ryham should never have been divided. Now the citizens on both sides of the river are constantly bickering.
I have to point out that this situation started after Lord Franz arrived in Ryham. In short, the intel suggests that the culprit is probably someone other than the Scarlet Sorceress.
In short, there was no discussion other than that. There was no discussion other than just villagers.
And who knows if the other red-headed mage is her accomplice. We'll have to keep investigating.
The other red-headed mage that I haven't told you about.
Changing weather, but here comes more problems. This case is related to magic, which Valen does not excel at. I'm going to ask you for your help.
While not untrue, I feel that was uncalled for.
Are you willing to aid us?
Yeah, just a little dig at Valen now and then.
Bros before may or may not be hoes.
Thank you, my friend.
Wow.
Thanks for your help. Have you figured out what your next move is?
We ought to look around Southville. Before identifying the culprit, we should learn more about the grape variety known as Gemvine. We bumped into Lord Franz just now, and he wasn't particularly friendly.
I have a feeling that a Gemvine has more to do with monsters than monsters just
What
showing
if,
up.
hypothetically, my sword falls out of its scabbard, Completely by accident, mind you. And skewers his foot. You'd protect me, right?
No.
Please keep an eye on him. I'm afraid he's going to get into trouble. Then it's all up to you. May Jura above watch over you.
Can't believe this guy would imply that he might do crimes.
Who would ever do crime?
Truly unacceptable. behavior.
Thanks for not really giving me an option there, Chippy. Fuck you.
Yep.
It's also slightly annoying that it will constantly notify me for all of the notices.
Yeah.
Free. Yes, I'm
Just put on the ring.
I'm aware of them being weird and annoying.
Oh, the fur on my cheeks has been looking kind of dry lately. There. Nice and fluffy, right?
Oh. Oh, I'm getting old.
That's an interaction, I suppose. I forgot that you could get a affinity with them that way. Not that affinity is really... Oh, that's what you use these things for. Okay, well, there's information about them here. Lore!
May the glorious rippling flames bless you, my traveler. The rippling flames of the blaze dance in a lyrical ode.
Who's there?
I don't know, maybe turn around and look, you edgy boy.
Don't sneak up behind me next time.
That was a slurp sound effect, alright.
Taste Chippy's blade! What? We're being ambushed! Oh, it's just where did everyone go? Hey! Chippy is over here!
We knew where you were. We wished to leave you. So can I finally go to the places of loot I can pick up prior? Granted, I have no idea where it is at this point. I just know there's loops about that I was unable to pick up. The burnt down wheat fields appear to be recovering rather well, though. Really, this place seems to have almost made a complete recovery.
It's impressively fast-growing wheat. I do feel as though this game could do with more side quests.
Yeah, but especially with the people you talk to. It's nice to have some more pieces put into the puzzle.
Yeah.
It's possible that they might add more later, especially, say, expand stuff. I don't want to abuse the it's a relatively new game thing too often, but... I mean, there's even parts that aren't quite translated, so...
Yeah.
Well, good job, your hero's back. Just a random ass Gruglin. Why is there blocking our path? Because it's a Gruglin. I can walk around it.
Yep, he's not even blocking your path.
fascinating, but
Yeah. To no one's great surprise, you can largely ignore that and just treat them like every other enemy.
Well, victory is deserved.
fortunately, it is also part of the main quest. Alas, poor Gruglin. Forgive me, little one.
Your fate is sealed.
I have to be a jet.
Do what now?
Well,
I
victory
said I have
is
to be a
deserved.
jet.
Good. Much better than just a Nutella sandwich.
I don't need to be attacked like this.
Moderately. It is also not exactly health food.
What a coincidence, Master Rowan.
I wanted one.
Fancy meeting you here.
I saw you in Northville.
How come that's an acceptable reason for having that sandwich? But if I have that kind of sandwich, I can't just use the I wanted one excuse.
Because you're having it as a
Because
meal.
it seems like you do it very often.
So I wanted one.
Look,
I'd
if you
actually
put a
had a
Hershey
Nutella
bar,
sandwich
and
for,
I know you don't eat Hershey, but bear with me for a hypothetical. If you put like a bit of a Hershey bar on a Ritz cracker and ate a few of those, would you call that a meal?
That's not a sandwich.
If you put a Hershey bar between two Ritz crackers and ate a few of those, would you call that a meal?
That's not a sandwich.
Yes, it is.
There's no bread involved.
Don't help me, I'll pull up New York bylaws. Time to introduce everyone.
A pleasure to meet you. I'm
I
Rowan
truly
of
don't
the
care about
Window
New York bylaws.
We didn't get a chance for introductions earlier. Thanks for helping with the wind elemental. Otherwise, it wouldn't just be my goods that were lost, but my life. Northville's rich and
Actually haven't had
that's where Ryham got its
Nutella
name.
for like
I went out of my way
over
to
a month
Northville to buy 3 carts
because
of
I've been
best
so
food,
shamed out of
and
it.
it all got burned by the Scarlet Sorceress. My whole business venture has been upended.
It's
And now this
perfectly
bridge is
fine as
causing
an
me
occasional
trouble.
thing.
I'm trying to figure
Nope.
out what to do next. I heard that Southville's gemvine grapes are worth their weight in gold, so I wanted to check them out. But the bridge is up, and no one can get across.
It looks like someone deliberately sabotaged the mechanism. The lever's broken. Could be bandits who did this, or could be someone else.
Well, that seems suspicious.
Anyway, how much do you know about machinery?
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. I haven't got a clue.
Seems like the all-knowing Magister has finally met his match.
Look, he knows magic, not mech.
I know a little. The Mithril Consortium handles loads of machinery orders, but we don't currently have any spare parts. To replace a broken lever, we need a wooden stick of a specific hardness and durability. We'll also need a lubricant.
Oh, in an emergency, I know that the juice of glowfly fruit can be used as a lubricant.
Why do you know that, Hammy?
All right!
I know, I
Gruglins
know.
often hoard glowfly fruit near the camp. Glowfly fruit has that sweet and sour flavor. So good when you can find it.
Gruglins! Yes! The long sticks they carry could be used as a lever. We'd be killing 2 birds with 1 stone.
There's nothing to negotiate. I need to cross the bridge, too. And there's no way I can deal with those Gruglins by myself. So let's work together to collect the materials, then I'll repair the mechanism and everyone's happy. What do you think?
There's no time to waste. Quick! Let's go find a Gruglin's club and some ripe glowfly fruit.
Balance hamster. Sorry, a hypno fiend?
Yes.
So what does I gotta do? Walk around the thing? It's in the path. Yeah, that's nice. I feel it's maybe not the most clear just due to how the battlefield is laid out, but interesting.
Yeah, I think it's more apparent if you don't have all your heroes in the front line.
Kill the extra chippies first.
Focus on those chippies. Oh, they're hyperfiends? Oh, okay.
No wonder
I'm
your
assuming they are
General
called
Hogan's friend.
hypofiends as they're from
Both
the
could hold it
underworld.
down in a fight. If you weren't in the fight, both the villagers here and my salary would have suffered.
That's my assumption, just based on the hypo prefix meaning under.
Quite possible.
Who knows? Maybe I would have run away. Or perhaps
It's not the best thing to tell someone you're protecting.
I would have shielded you until I fell.
That's a better thing to tell someone you're protecting.
I'm just joking. Let's go. We have things to do.
Such a weird thing for Valen to say.
Sorry, a one-shot? Okay, I gotta pull that up to elaborate.
Yeah, basically if your party's strong enough, then you can just insta-kill enemies without even having to fight them.
Okay, why? Why can I only use these guys?
Oh, this is one of those, like, puzzle ones. I actually quite enjoy these tactical drill ones. Like, considering you reach a point where your party's strong enough that all of your normal, like, fights are just a fucking cakewalk. It's nice that they sometimes give you these little puzzle fights where you have to actually pay attention and think about things.
Yeah. Dazzling, do you? So I have a torch now.
Pro tip, lose 5 times and it solves it for you. I didn't even know that was a thing because I've never failed them 5 times.
The modern method. I feel it would have slightly less to... There's a pressure plate somewhere around. I feel it would have slightly less to load if there weren't random randos to load.
You can actually turn it down or turn it at least lower. Or off entirely, probably, I think. Somewhere in the settings menu, I noticed that. Because I got irritated with the sheer number of people that kept showing up.
Yeah, I'll take a look at that later. I'm not setting up for WhatsApp. Viewable players. Few. I wish I was done, but few will do.
Yeah. Okay, I'll make sure the wife's awake.
Time for work again. A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Good. If both parties are taken out at the same time, it goes in your favor. Are you or heavy objects? Even with few, it is loading a lot of other people, and it's taking the time to pull up each person. Wonder if I can actually see anything around here to push around, though. Oh, this one's just time, I guess. A curious grouping of apples. Very Breath of the Wild of you, but I guess I need to find an apple now. Ah, there we go.
The color and clarity are phenomenal.
Alright, and let's just do a quick 10 pull before we switch over to Phoenix Wright. Acorns. So many
Those who
acorns.
know
Oh, good, I don't have you yet.
will have nothing.
Then more acorns.
Dinner time! Go, go, go!
Well, that's cute, and also weird. And
Who
cute.
wishes to dance with me?
Nice collection of purples.
May the glorious rippling flames bless you, my trap. Oh, I want to leap and dance with joy.
Eventually I'll be able to put all these Vorging Stones to use. Alright, and with that, we are done with the AFK journey portion of the stream, and we'll be showing off a bit more of it come Friday, before Fallout. Yeah, I ain't wearing that. Yeah, I also ain't wearing that. After a ad break, and everyone's stepping away for a little bit, I'll pull in Lucius, and then these three will get started on Trials and Tribulations for a little bit. There will probably be 1 or 2 hours left of the stream, depending on how things go. Grant, 2 hours of the stream will be too terrible, but we'll see how things go. What else is... Do I have a notification or count? Not something I'm going to mess with at the moment. What else are you notifying me of? Oh, expiration progress. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Running a 3-minute ad, and then we'll be back in a bit.
Oh, okay. I am indeed here.
Hello.
I have finished a sandwich.
I am indeed.
Yes, safe and sound, if sleepy. For now.
Sleepy is fine.
What do you mean for now?
Well, he may eventually get rest.
It's possible.
I may go back to bed after this stream. Get myself a case of the comfies. How tiny that game window is. Why is it so small?
Because it launches windowed.
How strange.
Nice.
Wonderful. Welcome to I don't remember anyone's voices.
I'm sure you'll figure
Welcome to I don't remember the case at all.
October 14th,
This is the
1 a.m. Desert Course, Defendant Lobby number 4.
This is the robbery turned murder trial.
Oh, right. With mask to mask.
Yes.
Hey, Nick.
Is it this time?
You won't believe how many people are here for the trial.
Well, it is a murder case.
So what are you talking about? They're here for the trial next door.
Next door.
Why don't you know this, Nick? They're having Detective Atme's trial today.
Detective Atme.
Well, we're not involved in that one, I guess.
Yep.
They say they're going to try him as mask to mask.
Alrighty. That was fast.
Boy, I'd love to see Mask to Mask's trial.
Maya, you were in Mask to Mask's trial. I don't actually know who this is.
I have no idea.
It might be Godot.
There is a very good chance that this is one that Ray voices.
Yeah.
By the way, where's Pearls?
Oh, she went back home. She said she can't neglect her training anymore.
Oh no, I know.
No.
No, I think I know who this is.
I'm pretty confident.
I know you don't like me.
Pearls has really gone into her training lately, huh?
Yeah, ever since that incident last year.
The incident where I had to break down a door. Please don't ignore me.
Or what?
Oh, look at that one fidget.
I love the way he like jitters around. It's very relatable.
Just intermittently vibrating.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Delight, good morning.
No one likes me. No one would notice me, even if I killed someone.
Don't say that, this is a murder trial.
Come on, don't be silly. Wait a sec.
You don't mean you're the murderer?
No, I'm just a poor thief.
And also you have your wife.
That too. No, wait, that's not right. A thief can't really be poor.
They absolutely can.
That is not an accurate statement.
Ron, have you seen Aladdin?
Let's see. According to Mr. Delight, from his second crime on, he was following a bunch of set plans. Plans that someone had been sending to him to help him commit the heists.
Do you really think there's a connection between the thief and the murder, Nick?
It's possible that today's trial is a race against the clock.
Huh? How come? Let's just take our time like always.
When have we ever been able to take our time on these cases?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider Phoenix's cases to be leisurely.
They're just chill vibe sessions, you know?
I'm afraid that's not an option.
Question mark.
October 14th, 10 a.m. Desert Court, courtroom number 6. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Ron Delight. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
You're ready. Preparation is the last refuge of the weak.
Yeah,
What?
you're right. Way more wrong than to just wicked.
Preparation? No, I just show up to the courtroom with a cup of hot coffee and a hope and a dream. And just my seething hatred for you, Mr. Wright.
I bring coffee and just like kind of a vibe, you know?
At least that foolish fool
I walk along here.
didn't leave us with third-degree burns.
Where's that Von Karma? She looks like she enjoys a coffee. Only foolish fools foolishly fool the foolish.
Okay, settle down, everyone. Let's begin with your opening statement, Mr. Godot. He's got the judge in the palm of his hand. Yet again.
He's just got such a vibe. Ron Delight is simply too young to be sent to war. That's all.
What?
There you go. That's all he has to say. He just sits back. Case closed.
He's 23. He's not too young.
Also not accurate. Yeah.
Judge saying, they're like, what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, there you go.
I'm afraid I have no idea what that means, Mr. Godot.
Huh. Then you need to get out more, Your Honor. Life is war. But that is exactly why you must be more precise in your wording.
This is the person who continually says baffling things.
War never changes. Wait, that's for Friday. Excuse me.
The stream is doing its thing again.
Yeah, that too. That's all my statement means. You understand now, right? Not even slightly, Mr. Godot.
Well then, let me briefly summarize the details of this case. Well, the judge is taking charge like he knows what's going on for a change. The victim is Kane Bullard, CEO of KB Security. His body was found in a safe at approximately 9 a.m. on the morning of the 13th. However, the time of death was estimated as 1 a.m. of the previous day.
And that's when our little lost kitten dropped the ball. That little lost kitten is, of course, the defendant.
Oh, well then, Mr. Godot. Please call your first witness.
I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during any given trial. God, I love Godot.
This is your second trial. You don't have much in the way of numbers yet.
It's both a lot of coffees and also a very specific number of coffees.
Yeah, it's a prime number, too.
It also implies he drank at least 17 cups of coffee during the prior trial.
Yeah. I mean, consider how many he must drink throughout a normal day. I never drink more than 20... I never drink more than 29 cups of coffee on a given day.
So do you think he
I
has
need to
a
know.
coffee machine nearby? Does he have some poor intern running laps for him? Is he just repeatedly stealing away to steal from the courtroom lobby? Or
I choose to believe he just grabs a handful of the roasted coffee beans and just grinds them to a fine powder with his bare hands, and then just stare. He uses his visor like a heat beam to heat up the water to a perfect 98.5 degrees Celsius.
Sounds believable.
So I choose to believe. Also, his music is such a vibe. God, I love his music.
It is quite good.
it
It
also
is called,
implies that he just has a full case of water bottles nearby.
I wouldn't put it past him. I believe this music is also called The Fragrance of Dark Coffee. But the first one is always the best.
Perhaps he just has a rather large coffee pot. Roughly 17 coffee cups worth.
Yeah. It's just like a keg.
Mr. Godot, your witness.
Okay then. Let's hear what the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, has to say for himself.
The defendant. Well, Mr. Wright, does the defense have any objections? It may be a bit of a disadvantage having the defendant testify early, but... I remember when Mia was defending me. She allowed me to testify so she could do the cross-examination. She put a lot of trust in me back then. We have no objections, Your Honor. The defense will allow Mr. Delight to testify.
Ha! You got guts, trite.
Alright then. Mr. Ron Delight, please take the stand.
I remember seeing something on Twitter the other day about the fact that Phoenix Wright almost never talks about himself or his history, his past, just his personal life whatsoever. Like, he is so evasive about all things. Like, unless it is pertinent to the case itself, he will, never talk about himself. It's interesting to take note of going forwards, because I've looked through, in my mental map of these entire games, I'm like, oh my god, he never talks about, his childhood beyond the case with Edgeworth in school. He never talks about anything he does outside of the case.
He's just very focused.
He is. He's fucking laser focused. God, I fucking love Godot. You did it, didn't you? Yes. No. That's not true. Fuck's sake, Ron. You did the crime, didn't you? Yes, I did. Wait, no. Fuck.
Me too.
How could he get me like this with his clever word
I
game?
believe the author had mentioned a few times about having some very specific and restrictive effects that people in chat could pay to use. This is a moment where that one meme, as they put it, where everyone slaps their foreheads would be most appropriate.
Yeah.
Yes.
A chorus of whoosh. Glorious.
For a moment there, I thought we'd set a record for the shortest trial ever. Evidently, the judge has never encountered someone pleading guilty, uncontested.
Well, I guess he's referring to a plea of not guilty, and then did you do it? I did. Ah, fuck! You got me. You got me. I admitted to it. I'd like to change my plea.
Well, Mr. Delight already looks plenty guilty with that face he's making.
Once he opens his big mouth, he'll probably put the last nail in his own coffin.
Ha. Very well. Now then, can you tell me something? If you didn't kill Bullard, why did you go to KB Security? Well, that's kind of hard to say. Boy, I wish I could go home. Get in the mood.
Considering how often it's
Very
used
much.
nowadays, this might incidentally be a situation in which he would actually be able to plead the fifth.
Yeah. That doesn't count. We're in Japan, question mark?
Good old Japanifornia.
Yep.
Well then, let's hear some testimony about what happened.
Oh, here we go. That evening, around 1 a.m., I went to see Mr. Bullard in his office at KB Security. The blackmail letter I got, they ordered me to go there. I'd been working for KB Security until a year ago, so I knew where his office was. That's a short testimony.
1 a.m., the exact time the murder took place.
The weak get washed away by the tides of fate. The strong drink it up. Coffee. It's all this man thinks
You
about.
really need to drink much more water.
I drink plenty of water. It's in my coffee.
There's also water in saltwater tides.
Yeah, but the coffee has more coffee in it, and the salt water has salt.
I don't believe so.
Glug glug. Ha! It's bitter today, too. Just like my destiny.
Well, last I checked, you haven't talked about cream and or sugar, so I would assume it's quite bitter.
Oh, he has it. Black as the night.
Black as a night on a moonlit sky. And which guest noise do you desire, Timmy?
You'd never know that from the way he's chucking it down.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
I try to remember if there's a point later on at which Godot is like, damn, this is my 16th cup. Something like that.
It might be worth considering just having a separate guest noise for each, guest noise redeem for each, but I don't know if that's too much trouble.
I believe that Sean person has something set up. I could talk to Tim about it later.
Yeah, I think you can set it for so that you can enter a message as part of the redeem, and then they could just say in there as to whose noise they want.
That as well. 1 a.m., huh? You are absolutely sure about that?
Yes. That's what my watch said when I was entering the CEO's office. No. Actually, I'm not really sure. My watch was slow and my internal clock was also a bit...
1 a.m. That's the exact time the victim, Mr. Millard, was murdered, correct?
It's too late for a coffee date, that's for sure.
It's never too late for a coffee date.
I mean, especially coming from this guy. He seems the type to be like, 1 a.m., time for bed. But first, coffee.
It's ordered. You're there.
It was the first time I'd gotten a blackmail letter that ordered me to go somewhere.
Does that mean you've gotten other blackmail letters then?
Come on, Discard. Catch up. Yeah, I missed the part where he said, oh, of course, they'd say things like, steal this or take this.
Why don't you save those for later, Mr. Delight? Please, don't say any more. Now, what should I do? So, what did the blackmail letter in question say?
It said to bring $50,000. Money, a perfect motive for committing murder. Oh, but wait. I never intended to pay that money anyway.
Is that right?
After all, he had nothing to hold over my head. I had nothing to be afraid of.
An important point indeed. Let's have that added to your testimony.
Yes, sir. Huh.
A muddy mudskipper in outer space has a better chance of surviving than I do.
That's an interesting phrase to use, Phoenix.
Just what were you being blackmailed about anyway? The blackmail letter said if you don't want your identity revealed, correct?
I'm sure it was referring to the whole mask-to-mask thing. But I wasn't worried. Mr. Buller didn't have anything on me.
He didn't.
Anyway, I don't care what anyone says about me. Just as long as Desi believes in me.
That's why Mr. Light didn't believe he was masked star to mask.
That's why I knew they were just hollow threats.
You used to be security chief for KB Security, right?
Yes, that's right.
Security chief? You?
And yet, a year ago, you were fired without notice. Revenge for an old grudge? Perfect motive for murder, wouldn't you say?
So good. You always change the subject. What did you do after being fired from KB Security?
I spent a lot of time looking for work. And then I decided I wanted to start something myself.
That's good. It's going from bad to worse.
So I started looking at books, TV, and movies, learning all I could about masked men.
It sounds like something Gray would do in his spare time.
Masks are cool.
Masked men. So you want to try drawing a comic then, right? About masked men.
No, that's not right. I wanted to become.
Your Honor, let's move along, shall we? What's the question? You're being quite hard today, Mr. Rice. Bring a spinning buzz on one notch closer to your neck case, attorney.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Looks like he's avoiding something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. We'd better be careful.
Don't find a way to make him feel beings. We'll bring it closer to the truth.
I think that's my favorite Maya face.
It's a good face.
Nice. Please tell us why you were fired from your job.
Well, the world is filled with those who have said, I wish I had never asked that.
Okay, then I take it. Defendant, please answer the question.
Well, I needed money.
Needed money?
Well, you see, Desi loves to spend it. It's kind of her hobby. Coming from you, Maya.
Is everything alright?
Not exactly the best hobby in the world, Nick. Sorry, the lines are just so infrequent that it's hard to catch them sometimes.
My salary wasn't nearly enough, so I stole data from the company.
Come again?
KB Security has a lot of security info on all sorts of companies. And since I was a security team chief, you stole some data and sold it. Mr. Bullard found out, and I was fired immediately.
Which I never asked that.
I was somehow able to keep it secret and made it seem like I had quit on my own.
What is it, Nick? You don't look so good.
Someone who brings harm to their company is fired as punishment. You do well to remember that.
He sure told you.
You admit that you stole data from your company, is that correct?
Yes. I'm sorry.
This is a very important fact. Please add it to your testimony. And this whole thing just took a big turn for the worse. Crashed and then blew up. It's gonna take the jaws of life to rip this case from the clutches of disaster.
fired me for selling company secrets.
Why would you do something like that?
Well, for Desi's hobby, what else?
Wasting money, huh?
It's not a waste.
So Miss White doesn't know that her husband was fired, does she?
So it would seem.
I'm not sure what to think about couples who keep secrets like that from each other.
Can't believe it. This case has gone even more to think seriously about couples. Please try to stay focused, Mr. Wright.
There wasn't much to his testimony, was there?
Sounds like he's
I think
avoiding
this is just
something. At least that's what it sounds like to me.
This is just the end of the testimony thing again.
Yeah.
It's going to be some very oblique evidence presentation, isn't it?
The initial thing I'd think of, just because it mentions the diamond, and we're trying not to bring up the diamond. Considering you said he wasn't planning on paying anyways.
Well, I don't really understand why he's saying it won't cause him trouble.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to. I guess the discrepancy here is between. Wait, what is Kane's list? So these ones, yeah. The point where he's like, "Oh, Buller didn't have anything on me," and then, well, turns out you stole data and you managed to keep it a secret. So that's the only thing I can think of.
It should be.
What was the last bit that was added to his testimony? Yeah. He fired me for selling company secrets. And what was the rest of it? Desi doesn't know about that.
I suppose we could try and present a blackmail letter to that. If we can't present some boxes of the testimony.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll try that.
I mean, my
seems
thought
like-
was to maybe try presenting the letter to "This won't be a problem for me."
Yeah. That would be the other one I would think of. Blackmail's no big deal, apart from the $50,000, you know.
This counter was that he didn't plan on paying us.
Yeah. Oh god. What does it say in Desi's profile? case it has something that she does in fact know that he was stealing shit. Hates criminals and cowards. No, that's not going to contradict anything. Do we have anything that contradicts why he got fired? What's in that newspaper clipping?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. When was this?
Oh, it's just the picture. Okay. It's just the buzzer. Ron's testimony. It's just that. Yeah, I don't really know what we have that.
The last thing I was thinking was that maybe he wasn't fired, and this picture of a guard, of him as a guard, somehow proves that. I don't know.
No, because I think that was from like, actually, yeah, because it didn't have like a date or anything on it.
No.
Yeah.
I truly don't know what they're looking for here.
No, I'm actually not certain.
Unless we could just try presenting Desi to this.
We tried that.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, one of you could refund 10 minutes since he hasn't specified.
Yep. I'll get that.
If you are alive, Timmy, we need to know which guest now.
I've refunded and cleared up the other 15 requests that were sitting in the queue.
Okay, that's a lot of requests in the queue.
Yeah. So it was from like 3 weeks ago. Okay. Sorry, I just... I looked it up because I could not for the life of me remember what the fuck it was.
Don't worry. We were half right.
Yeah. The blackmail threat didn't scare me. Desi scared me.
Sure.
Mr. Delight, what you said just now doesn't match what you told me yesterday.
Well, what doesn't?
I think you must have been scared. Very scared. Of having a certain person find out your secret. A certain person. Miss Desiree Delight, the defendant's wife.
Come on, Discord. What? But listen to me. My Desi, she's... Looks like if I just sit back and relax, the fun will end before it truly begins.
Shut it, kiddo.
Yes, we know. It was all your wife's fault.
What do you mean?
Mr. Delight stole company data to pay for his wife's spending habit, for which he was fired. Unable to face his own wife, someone used his dirty little secret to blackmail him. And that is how this murder came about.
Ah. No, everything is falling neatly into place for him.
Don't talk about my Desi like that. Or you'll be sorry.
Please, by all means, what are you going to do about it?
Don't say mean words to me,
Kill
I'll cry.
you, I mean. Not that.
Well, it seems you've learned a great deal of things here so far.
What do you think, Nick?
I didn't think it was possible to get so thoroughly whipped in just 20 minutes. The previous prosecutor says otherwise.
Oh yeah, she knows a thing or two about whipping people.
Clearly, there was sufficient motive for murder. He stole data for his wife. He killed to protect his secret. A family man who cared just a little too much.
Leave him alone, he's a family man. The motive is clear. Let's move on. What happened at the crime scene at 1 in the morning, Mr. Delight? Come now, tell us. We're all ears. Alright, we're just moving swiftly along. When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there. Suddenly, I was hit on the forehead. After that, I remember being a bit dazed. If I hadn't been wearing that, I would have been killed. When I came to, Mr. Bullard was lying there, dead.
I see.
Wearing that.
Yes, we'll certainly press on that. I see. Somebody hit on the forehead, huh? I believe the detective from yesterday provided similar testimony. Said that masks on a mask struck him on the head from behind. Of course, this certainly turned out to be the culprit himself. That was all a lie.
Ha! No one's going to believe a pathetic lie like that. What are you saying? I really was attacked.
We'll find out what you say is true or not during the cross-examination.
Got that, Mr. Trite. Don't go easy just because he's your client. If I see any sign that you are, I'll treat you to another cup of my special blend.
Yet another prosecutor who should end up in jail for assault and threat.
It's fine, it doesn't count if it's in the courtroom.
You don't need to worry about that, Mr. Godot. Faith in Ron. I know he didn't do it.
I also took the deflect arrows ability as a monk, so I can deflect your coffee cup before it hits me. Cut to Maya, covered. Yeah, that too. Papa!
What's this? Suspicious shadow.
If there were 1,000 of me, and if even one knew, I'd tell you. Trust me.
This dodging all of our questions is not helping us win this case.
Okay, then how was the victim, Mr. Bullard, at that time?
What do you mean by how was he?
Was he already dead? Was he still alive? Maybe he was the one who hit you in the first place.
That's a good question. What do you think, Mr. Wright?
You are actually useless, Ron.
It's the worst defendant.
Forget it. And no, categorically he is not.
Well, apart from the one who is an actual criminal. I mean, he is an actual criminal, but like, we don't believe he did the murder, at least.
Probably.
We don't believe he did the murder.
Your forehead.
Yes, I was hit on the forehead as soon as I entered the room. It was an amazingly fast and powerful attack.
Do you remember anything about who hit you?
Well, like I said, it was a fast and powerful hit. So I think I was a little dazed for a while.
I don't think Mr. Delight even grasped what you were asking.
I'd like to show him a fast and powerful attack myself.
Using these monk levels. Mr. Delight, allow me to...
flurry of blows.
Yeah. Allow me to introduce you to my fist.
That. Could you please clarify what you are referring to?
Why, my mask-to-mask costume, of course.
Why?
Yes, I went there in full costume. Of course he did. Yes, I went to the CEO's office of a security company fully dressed up as mask-to-mask. Nothing weird about that.
Just a moment. Masks on a mask.
Huh? Oh, did I forget to mention it before? Just to be on the safe side, I dressed as mask-to-mask. And then I descended upon the office of the CEO of KB Security.
On the highest floor.
And then I stabbed him repeatedly. I mean...
Well, he
I
was
bludgeoned him to
strangled,
death.
so saying he stabbed him would actually be borderline exonerating.
I took a large blunt object and slammed it against his skull many times.
Also, this means Larry dropped the ball even harder.
Yeah.
Surprising no one.
Yep.
You know
Oh,
who
Larry.
dropped the ball even harder than Larry? The IT guy. Because Ron's
Yeah?
security guard still worked a year after he had been fired.
Yeah. Oh, was it Ron's card or was it the CEO's card?
Nick, did you know about this? You never told me this.
No, it was.
That doesn't say. It's just a CEO office key. But it didn't say it was the CEO's card. Just that it was for the office, and it was in his wallet. It doesn't actually say.
Well, that could mean anything then.
Yeah. It may still be his card. Don't know.
To me either.
Even I didn't know that. That is probably my favorite Godot sprite, where he's leaning off to the side and his visor's flickering. Seems our little friend really loves to keep secrets. I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Oh, wait. That's not right. You know how sometimes things just slip your mind? Yeah, I relate strongly. Ha! My 6th cup of coffee is staring up at me coldly. Godot, if your coffee is staring back at you, you probably have been drinking too much coffee. It's only like 10:30 in the morning. You're already on 6 cups.
Or not enough coffee.
One or the other.
At any rate, we can't ignore this new piece of information. Witness, Please correct your testimony.
If I wasn't wearing my mask-to-mask branded costume.
Why are you dressed up as masks on the mask?
Why, because I'm mask-to-mask, of course.
What are you talking about? Masks? Masks trial is being held next door.
Yes, I guess so. Anyway, at that time, I thought I was being blackmailed over the mask-to-mask issue. So I thought I should go as him, just to be safe.
Oh boy.
Let me tell you, it's a real pain to move around with that cape. That's why it took a lot longer than I'd expected.
It took a lot longer. What is he talking about?
Meanwhile, Godot seeing this testimony, handing Phoenix a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You need this more than me.
What do you mean by it took a little longer?
Opening the safe, of course. Oh, God. My cape got caught on the safe door, you see. This all happened when I was hiding Mr. Bullard's body.
What was that? Back up a second.
My cape got caught on the door? No, after that. Yes?
You were the one that hid the body in the safe.
Well... Yeah...
Inconceivable. Why? Just... why? What reason could you have? What were you thinking?
Question. When does someone toss their dirty shirts in the washing machine?
Presumably when they are dirty.
That would seem to make sense.
I believe that might be what he's getting at.
What?
The answer is simple. When they take them off. What? That's not what I thought he was going to say.
Godot, we are not going to strip for your amusement. Put down the coffee.
Climbing in there with...
At the end of this, we're going to find out that he's been drinking strictly decaf.
Yeah. I hate caffeine.
As usual, I have no idea what you're saying.
I use my washing machine to brew more coffee.
Do you mean that Mr. Delight hid the body because he's the murderer?
Ha! So you're not as... come on, Discord, what the fuck?
It is doing this constantly.
Yeah, it's very frequent. Ha! So you're not as stupid as you look.
Oh, just wising up to your level of stupidity.
Yeah.
His metaphor this time was really obscure.
Yeah, it truly sounded like a non sequitur.
Mr. Right, you don't mean that you knew about this old safe business, do you? Well, yes. Why am I the only one not in the loop here? Yes.
We were kind of keeping it on the down low.
Make sure you have the set of testimony.
Yes, sir. It's like, I didn't kill him, I just hid the body.
Looks like a storm front is moving in over the fair weather judge.
Oh, God. I panicked and hid the body in the safe. It took like 10 minutes. 10 minutes? That's a long time to hide a body.
Well, he was rather heavy set and he did have to break into the safe and then his cape got stuck.
God.
It was like
Just the
this
mental
whole
image.
thing, as the kids would say. Ugh, Sounds disgusting.
Oh,
I can
God.
remember that.
The mental image of this, like, anxious wreck trying to hide a body in a safe and his cape gets stuck and he's just like, oh, this is the worst.
Can this night get any worse?
And my old boss is dead. Oh my god, Daddy's gonna kill me.
When you came to.
Yes, I was passed out in the corner of the room.
Do you know when your assailants made their escape and to where?
I'm afraid I don't really remember. Once they hit me, I lost all track of what was going on. I think that's when they made their escape. Ha! That's certainly a convenient story for you, isn't it?
It certainly is, isn't it, Mr. Wright? It almost sounds practiced. I don't know why you're telling me. Why did you hide the body in the safe anyway?
Well, because it wouldn't fit in a drawer. For fuck's sake, Ron.
Once again, insert a slap game here.
Everything you say makes it worse.
Well, I didn't have anything around to chop the body up. So.
Yeah.
That's not exactly what I meant.
When I saw that corpse, I kind of lost it. I thought, if they find his corpse, they'll think I did it. Huh. I think you had a simpler reason than that. It's because you killed him. That's why you spent 10 minutes hiding the body.
That certainly makes more sense. Hold on. 10 minutes.
What is it, Nick?
I just had a thought. Under those circumstances, would you normally try to hide the body? And spend 10 whole minutes to do it?
Under those circumstances? What circumstances? Oh. Hey, Nick, if you think his behavior was so strange, why don't you present some evidence that would show just what those circumstances were?
That's it. We'll take a look at a court record and present some evidence. Why didn't they just tie this into the dialogue rather than saying, hey, you have evidence, go and press this thing?
Yeah.
We've been talking for a while. It's time to play the game.
It's time to play the game. Don't worry about it.
Very good. We heard this from Mr. Delight yesterday, didn't we?
There's not much in this testimony either.
I betcha he's still hiding something.
I wouldn't be surprised. Just have to draw it out of him.
I just hope he doesn't make things any more complicated.
We're in the second
He
trial of
probably
a
will.
single case. He already has.
Yeah.
Basically, every time he speaks is a new complication.
Yeah.
Still far better than a clown.
Oh, God.
Your Honor, could you please take a look at this receipt? I'm not sure why I said receipt instead of record, but could you take a look at this piece of paper that is totally not a receipt? But,
yeah.
In layman's
This
terms,
receipt
and in
for
the
one murder.
in the colloquial term, it is in fact a receipt. And what might this be?
It's a receipt for this donut I bought earlier. I mean, can you believe this? I just ate the donut. I don't need paperwork for this transaction. Anyway.
Do you
Well, tell
regularly
them I don't
have
need
problems
to anyway.
purchasing donuts, Gray?
No, I was referring to an old Mitch Hedberg bit. He's saying, like, I don't need a receipt for a donut. I give you the money, you give me the donut. That's the end of this. I don't need to file this receipt under D for donuts in my paperwork records.
Sounds like a personal problem. The record for the emergency button that connects the CEO's office to security. If the button in the office is pressed, a security team is supposed to come running. And according to this record, the buzzer was pushed once at 1:02 p.m. or a.m. What? If Mr. Ron Delight truly was the murderer, he would have ran as soon as the buzzer sounded. After all, the security guard would have been heading his way.
It would have been. Ha. Let's remember who we're dealing with here. He probably had no idea there were security personnel in the building.
One, he used to work there. Two, it's a security building.
Yeah, I don't know where you're going with this, kiddo. What do you think? This was some kind of security building? It was a coffee shop, right?
Even if not, it's not... Well, no, it is a bit of a drive. Granted, there's only the one police station. It's possible there's a closer one. But anyways.
Yeah.
Up until 1 year ago, my client was working as chief of security. There's no way he wouldn't have known about them.
But, as it turns out, the guard never came.
That was nothing more than a coincidence. The fact that the guard was a pathetic loser, who had just gone punched in the face by his ex's new boyfriend, and wasn't anywhere in the vicinity was not something Mr. Delight could have known.
I don't feel like there was a need to diss Larry so strongly there, but, you know, he probably deserved it.
Very harsh.
Huh. Again, remember who we're dealing with here. It's a sure bet that Mr. Delight didn't even notice the buzzer going off.
This buzzer...
That's a lot of fucking back and forth objections.
This buzzer is extremely loud. There's no way he could have ignored something like that. If he had been conscious, that is. Conscious? What do you mean by that?
Have you been listening, Josh?
He's just looking back and forth like a tennis match. There's another cup of coffee. Fine. Let's hear your theory.
All the defendant's testimony. The moment he entered the victim's office, someone attacked him. Mr. Delight said he felt dazed. Linguated that he was knocked unconscious for at least a few minutes. Unconscious. So he fainted. That's why Mr. Delight didn't know that a buzzer had sounded. And that's why he thought he had time to hide the body.
So what are you trying to say?
Mr. Delight was knocked out and the buzzer went off soon afterwards. Now, unless my client was able to hit the buzzer while he was unconscious, it could only mean that there was another person in that room. That's right, whoever it was, they knocked out Ron Delight and then pressed the buzzer. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, this is...
This is preposterous. It was this kid. Rhonda Light was the one who killed Kane Bullard.
Then who pressed the buzzer?
It was... The victim, of course. He pressed the buzzer when the defendant attacked him. He didn't die right away. He must have held on long enough to push that button.
That's not the case. Even the button was pressed 2 minutes after his death. It's okay, Muller sounded the buzzer himself. What's your opinion on this, Mr. Wright? I prove that a real criminal was there at the scene. How? I prove that it wasn't Kane Muller who sounded the buzzer. Well, we have 3 pieces of evidence that point to the case. For 1, the lack of fingerprints. For 2, the fact that the court record shows that he died 2 minutes before the buzzer was pressed. The defense's opinion
I
is
reckon
this,
the
Your
lack
Honor.
of fingerprints is...
This piece of evidence proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer.
Yeah. That feels like a given.
I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer. Is there some kind of clue on it? Lack thereof.
The way he phrases that. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth.
Certainly more thought than you've ever had in your empty head. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. No, I'm the one who is clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind.
Ron Delight. Obviously wiped them off.
What possible reason?
Why would he? A guard could have come in at any moment.
He touched that button. I know he did.
The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as masked on a mask. And masked on a mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order! Order!
Well, he's slamming that gavel. It would seem. I've been forced to eat crow.
This was down 3 to 4 additional cups of coffee. We're on our way to
No,
breaking
you see,
a
most
17
of them
cup
don't
record.
count because halfway through they are thrown.
Yeah.
Perhaps that-
Yeah, or
That
spit
counts.
take.
I wonder what blood number crow flavored coffee is.
However, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? Judge, are you aware of the term scapegoat? Or stoolie?
An escaped goat? Where?
Bailiff took care of this.
Bailiff, there's a goat somewhere in this courtroom.
This is unacceptable.
Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger?
Come on, Phoenix, this is easy.
What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden?
Huh. Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks.
They're on to you, Nick.
They know that you're the one that pressed the buzzer.
Just give me a minute to
Obvious.
collect my thoughts. The real culprit killed Mr. Bellard at around 1 a.m. And Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? Wait, but that was mine. Why was mine speaking there?
I don't know.
The killer clobbered Mr. Delight and then sounded the buzzer.
Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed.
Security was supposed to respond. Time's up, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you have to say. Very well, then.
Oh, you've got some guts. I like that opponent.
Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer?
I mean, even if you didn't know what was going on here, I feel like this has got to be an easy answer to this, right?
I believe we can rule this out at least. This is a possibility,
Yeah.
a slim possibility, but a possibility.
It's got to be
This
the
is
middle.
not.
Yeah, like, I mean, what evidence could you possibly have the killer was like, hey, I wonder what this button does?
The killer knew
really
that if
a-
they pressed the button, a guard would come running. And that
Really a
was
reasonable
exactly what they
thought
wanted.
process to have in the middle of committing a crime. Hey, I
Yeah.
wonder what this does. Let's just check it
that's
out, I guess.
Some full ADHD shit.
Well, it is a rather large red button. The Phoenix found it irresistible.
Fair.
What do you mean
Although I
to say
believe it
the
was
killer
Maya that
called
actually
the guard
pressed
on
it.
purpose? Well, to be fair, that means nothing. Then Maya's a gremlin.
She do be a gremlin.
Yes. Although as it turned out, she never showed up.
See, even Timmy's like, who wouldn't press the red button?
Because he was getting his clock cleaned at the time.
Yeah, not the thinker, his fucking noggin.
Timmy, how many people have you killed in Terrors of Nowhere?
Hell of a question. Huh. What a touching story. Get it. The button touch. Never mind. You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in?
No, I'm not. Quite the opposite, in fact. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Ken Bullard, was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, was out cold. And the third person, the real killer. Not to be confused with the killer. Hypothetically,
Yeah, not
yes.
particular.
Scythe, why are you going you?
What is happening over there? This man died. Yo!
Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim, Ron Delight.
And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer.
Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. Sometimes you just need a hard sip for the sake of spitting it out.
Oh, that's one of my favorite gags. Like the, like the, yes, sip, sip, sip. Massive spit take. Oh, God, I love that.
I am unsure what Scythe is waiting for.
I don't know. It would seem I've been made to eat my words once again.
Wonder what the word flavor the coffee is numbered.
The word?
Actually, you've been made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee.
Yeah, that'd be very hot. But, Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Oh, wait. Wait a second. I'm the one and only Mask to Mask, so...
Nick, you mean the real killer is...
You're going to drag that person in here right now.
But who is it?
I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity, and they also knew that he'd been called to KB security that night. So the killer used them to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Cain Bullard. Now then, let's hear your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Ron DeLight for the murder of Cain Bullard?
I fucking wonder, huh? I think it was
Alas,
Larry
we
Butts.
can't accuse the judge. Detective Luke Atme. He's the only one who could have done it.
Ace Detective? Look at me?
You mean, Mask's not a mask, did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not a mask, not a mask at all. Thank you, Double Jeopardy. I will get in no trouble for this.
Yeah.
He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Cain Bullard. Order, order. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder, which is the more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder's a more serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Which punishment we won't specify despite talking about murder because this is a Nintendo product. Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. When Luke Atme confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom.
Of course. Famous detective was unmasked as well as mask to mask.
Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty. Mask's not the mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask's not the mask was Luke Atme's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. Guilty verdict. As an alibi.
Glorious. You know, it's almost time.
For what?
For Luke Atme's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now.
Thank you for letting me know, Timmy. Unfortunately, despite the fact that I had actually updated it, it did not update. Thank you, Twitch, for being inconsistent.
Yeah.
Gray, will you be able to fix that in post?
I can certainly change it right this second as well. This is Trials and Tribulations, right?
Yes. I meant in regards to the VOD with whatever the chapter system is.
I think so. Here we go. Trials and Tribulations. Have you been putting them as the original game they are, or just trilogy?
I've been putting them as the original game.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, there we go. Trials and Tribulations. Ta-da!
They are part of the trilogy, obviously, but yeah, we're playing a specific game from the trilogy.
Yeah, that's fair. So I had to double check. I couldn't remember offhand. Of course. That's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder.
Mr. Luke Atme's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. It's something of a holdover. Granted, it's it's at least partially older, since this is an older version, and obviously these two have newer pictures.
Yeah, I have noticed that before, but I've never really bothered with it because I mean, one of them is clearly like a open mouth version.
Though it's not something that's actually been brought up until now, the author's intent was that it was something of a portrait coming to life, so to speak. This, or rather that, is a still image, whereas this is the character in motion. I do not see that person post anything, but I'll trust your judgment.
I did not. I clicked back onto the tab and accidentally clicked off to the side.
I didn't
even see where
How have you done this?
Well, because the tab with all the people is just on the right-hand side, which is most of what I could see from the thing I had. So when I clicked back on, it was just right on that.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Not that I'm sure that person has ever posted. Then again, it's been too long since we've done a bot purge.
It's almost certainly a bot, but still, what's not on purpose.
What, you think Zero Lonely E-Girl is a bot too?
Who could say?
Yeah, you can plug their names into this. If they're in more than 10 or so streams, it's pretty safe to say they're a bot. At which point, they get banned.
I mean, I would almost
Except for
guarantee that they're a bot anyway. Yeah. Wow, a whole bunch of these. Wow.
This is when I find out that for some godforsaken reason, Scythe is lurking in like 20 chats.
I mean, some of these ones are in like 40,000.
The irony.
Let's just get rid of these.
Scythe reached 50 apparently.
Yes, he said just as soon as it updated.
Nice.
Naturally.
Thank you very much for your aid.
This one. Be very careful to not accidentally ban Timmy.
That would be extremely bad. Please do not ban Timmy. I don't know what he is, but he is not bannable. Yet.
That one. That one. That one.
Please don't advertise the fact that you are uninstalling the game after completing it while I am actively within the sponsorship.
We're not playing the game right now. He's not the one being sponsored.
This is still a sponsored stream.
Yeah.
At any rate, getting to 50 is another $15 for that, I thank you. We appear to be up to $167 at the moment, give or take a few pennies. The game at hand. Let's look at mistrial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. We were to intrude and failed to provide adequate proof of his cruel crime. Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this?
Huh. A bet's only good when your life's the ante.
Must be terrible at poker.
Yeah, I would not want to play any casino games with you, you know. Just steps up to the roulette table, slams a knife down on number 25. Mr. Wright, I believe in you.
It's the lies.
So please, I'm begging you.
Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. I really risk your life like this. This would be Mia.
Phoenix?
What was that?
Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust.
Heavens, it has been far too long since we've done a bot purge. That is quite a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
That voice. It sounds like... Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess.
Huh. So that's your answer, huh?
Thank you for your presence and aid. The stream is likely going to end shortly anyways. Get some good rest, Scythe.
Yeah, take care.
Well, I've decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand. Yes, Your Honor.
Is this going to be one of the cases that we get to see?
That's a courtroom.
Oh, it is. We get to see the other judge.
There's another judge?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Well, Sir Detective Atme.
Well, we are in courtroom number 6, so at a minimum there are 5 other judges.
Yeah.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who...
Your lord, they're floating.
Yeah.
I'll let you have this one.
Fun fact, he's
Wow.
Canadian.
Never mind, I'll little delay voice.
Okay. No, thank
Or-
you.
I think he's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure he's like, what's this about?
Right.
That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant. Look at me.
Wait. Don't hand down your verdict yet, please.
Just because he's guilty of this doesn't mean he can't also be guilty of murder.
Exactly. He's a double criminal.
You can't be charged again for the same crime, but these are different crimes.
Well, the issue is that this would definitively put him out of reach of the crime due to the times they occurred.
Yeah.
At least as the evidence stands.
Debatable.
Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom.
See? Who's this hoser, eh?
Oh, God.
Not very professional.
His fucking face.
Looks like a gopher.
Those eyes are very big.
This is how he hands down his judgments. He just looks into your fucking soul.
My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme.
Accusation? You accuse mask to mask.
That man is not not a mask. He's just a ruthless murderer.
What? Oh, he's not pleased about that.
As we're
Fucking-
on to your rules.
Yeah. Who's this hoser, eh? Oh, I forgot that's the line.
I'm pretty sure we can say definitively he is, in fact, Canadian.
Yeah.
Yes, it seems fairly clear.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that like a
Perhaps he's
Canada
just from
wide
Minnesota.
thing, or is that like a very yeah? Is that like a specific
No
regional
one
thing?
speaks like that around here. I think
Okay.
it's like an Eastern Canada thing.
Okay. I was like, I really don't know who says hoser. I know it's supposedly like a Canada thing.
I have never heard a real person who sounds anything like what Canadians are supposed to sound like, so I assume
Okay.
it has to be on the opposite side of the country.
Let's see. Hoser. Reddit r/ask a Canadian. Do Canadians actually use the term hoser? Top answer: never heard anyone say it sincerely once.
Yup.
Theory cells derived from the term hose bag.
You're a hose bag.
And for no reason at all, she was turned into a nugget.
That's not a crime.
No, absolutely not a crime.
Yeah,
No, but
it
is
seems to be.
worthy.
No.
It seems to be as a like Canadian joke thing, but not a thing that actual Canadians say.
Yeah.
Yeah, which honestly makes it even funnier. But like clearly the US localizers for this game just were like, we gotta make this. I tell you what, I bet in the original he had like a Kansai like country Japanese dialect.
Yeah,
And so they were like,
probably.
an equivalent for this is clearly going to be Canadian. I
Do
would
not approve.
I would strongly bet that in the original Japanese he has like a country bumpkin dialect. Something that'd be quite difficult to find out, I imagine, without knowing country bumpkin dialect in Japanese. But you know,
Incidentally, he
It's-
is our judge's younger brother.
oh yes, that much I had completely forgotten. The fucking like walkthrough thing just says like uh blah blah blah, make it to the courtroom next door just so the verdict's going to be announced. And it says, if you want more details, Mr. Payne, the prosecutor, and the Canadian judge with the yellow beard are there. Like, I don't feel like that was necessary in the walkthrough, but okay.
Evidently, the
Probably
Canadian
not.
aspect of his character in the English localization is a nod to Andrew Alfonso, one of the North American localized directors of the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, who would later voice Christophe and Clavier Gavin in Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, neither which I know who are.
Ooh, I know who they are.
I do not.
Oh my god. He has so many, like, just looking at his wiki page, he has so much fucking Canadian stuff. I mean, some of it we will see more of. Apparently, he will briefly show up again later. But, like, he apparently will make references to things like hockey and the double-double. Amazing. Oh, glorious. But I do like Clavier Gavin.
I'll take your word for it. We look at that when we get there.
Yeah.
Someday.
Yeah. Well, we're not that far off.
Well, you
The
say that,
ironic
but
thing with
aside from
Clavier
breaking
Gavin.
off, there's also the fact that we have several side games to go through before we move on to the sequel series.
Oh, really?
Yes, such as the
We
Edge
gotta go
of
through like.
games, the crossover game with Layton,
Oh yeah, we gotta go through
the
those before we get to
non-Phoenix
Apollo
Wright,
Justice.
Phoenix Wright games on Steam, the Great Ace Attorney
What?
Chronicles.
What do you mean the non? Yeah, Apollo Justice.
No.
What?
That magic one and also that Chinese one.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I saw the Discord ping and I assumed it was going to be the game. I was not expecting the cats.
I saw that and thought it was pretty great.
It is
Please expect
delightful.
the cats.
Yeah. That was also not it.
Going through
but
the
also quite
list
good.
to find it.
Yeah, I mean, in any case, the ironic thing about Clavier Gavin is...
Attorney of the Arcane as the magic example.
Are we playing that before we play a main series Ace Attorney game?
Before we move on to Apollo Justice, yes, least-wise, because Apollo Justice is not on Steam yet.
Oh, okay. You lead with that. Yeah, I suppose since it will be a while until we get to it, the ironic thing about Clavier Gavin is that, you know, clavier means like a piano, but he's a guitarist. Other than that, he's a fucking badass and I love him. His fucking theme music is excellent.
Let's see, where can you view games that you have watched?
Hmm.
Where can you view games you have watched instead of merely wishlisted?
I don't know.
Or followed, rather. Where can you view games you have followed?
No idea. I never follow games on Steam. I either wishlist them or just like to own them. I never. I honestly, I forgot there was a follow button.
Looks like it has come out. Delightful.
What has?
The other one I was talking about.
Oh, I vaguely remember you mentioning that one. Yeah.
Plus, whatever games we play in between these, given the fact that we can't only play these types of games.
Well, no, but you know.
Plus, beyond that, once we finish Trials and Tribulations, we'll likely be doing the crossover game, and there's much setup that needs to happen there.
Yeah.
But for the time being, that would be it for the time being. Again, I will be having no stream next week. But the author should be there on Monday and Tuesday, and he might do something Wednesday morning before he leaves for the trip. As for these two,
Oh, yeah, that's
keep a
next
close eye on them for
me. Yeah.
My thanks to everyone who popped in and their aid, such as Timmy and Scythe, as well as, I feel the Psycho who may have popped in at some point, but I'm unsure. I don't
I don't
see
recall.
him, so I don't believe so. And thank you to all the bots who did not contribute to active viewership. You will not be
Yep.
missed.
Nope. There was like 14 of them.
My timeout wasn't an accident at all. It was just a prelude to the purge, entirely
Exactly.
intentional.
Yep. Totally did it on purpose.
And of course, my thanks to these two, who aid on and behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and
of
who are
course.
generally adorable.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Very debatable.
Such a pretty dawn, and such a cute little prey.
No.
But yes, stay well, stay fed, and good night, everybody.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night.